was a great night in Trojan Arena. I see so much growth from the team. It was a great bounce back from the MAC Challenge, our last game. We understand that we're going down the stretch in conference play. There were 6 games left, now there are 5. And we want to grow in maturity and be able to play the hardest and want it the most, and just draw upon our emotions of what it's like to want it more than anybody else to win these last games. Not to take any game or any quarter for granted. I'm proud of how they came out. We didn't score a lot of points at the very beginning of the game, but our goal was to hold ULM to 15 points or less in the first quarter, and they did it. They held them to 15. They were really focused on the defense. And then again in the fourth quarter, we were trying to hold them to 15 or less, and they held them to 10. So those are big signs of growth. I'd like to see the turnovers get back down. We had gone for a stint where our turnovers were getting less and less, and we turned it over too much again. So that's something to work on. But very proud of the team. Very proud of Kyla Morris, who went 5 for 5 from the field with only 1 turnover. She came off the bench and played a near perfect game, and just proud of her growth.
And Coach, we can talk about that first half. Obviously, it was tight back and forth. You guys went into the break down by 1, 6 lead changes, 5 times the lead was the score was tied. What changed in that second half, specifically that fourth quarter, that kind of flipped the switch for Troy?
I mean, I'll give credit to good players first of all, but also to my staff, because we went back in the fourth quarter to our 54, our man-to-man press. And the assistant coaches put fresh legs in, and I think really motivated them and got them to understand that if they gave a great effort on that defense, that we could seal the game. And they really came in and did a great job with it.
And Coach, you guys are now 13-0 when you guys score 80-plus points this season. We know you guys lead the conference in scoring, but what's it like to have all the players that you have that can go off at any given night, like Kai Morris did tonight?
I mean, that's just the way we like it. That's the way we recruit. We don't recruit a lot of people who can't score, so they're doing their job well right now. And it's just we don't know any other way. We believe on any given night, any of them can go out and get 20 points. So.
And Coach, you mentioned in the locker room, you guys are trying to show consistency. Talk about how you guys can build off of this game to show that consistency in the 5 remaining games.
Right. We just got to, before the game in the locker room, we got them to call on the emotion of when they played a game this year that they wanted to play well the most, whether it's they had family in the stands or whether it was we played like Old Dominion last week. We had a couple of players that had played there. And so whatever it takes to bring those emotions back, to want that particular game, that particular quarter, that particular play, to want it more than anybody else could possibly want it. That's what we want to be consistent with down the stretch and into the tournament.
And you mentioned emotion, having that intensity. I don't think you're going to get much more emotion than Saturday night when you guys have senior day. 6 seniors are going to be, recognized, as well as your GA coach and 2 managers. Just talk about what it's going to be like going into that. A couple of the seniors, you just got this past year and you're saying goodbye, but what's impact have they made, and how are you looking forward to getting a win on their senior day?
Well, we just wanted to end well for them, and I'm trying not to think about as far as senior night. I just really have to go through the motions because as soon as I hand them their rose and their memento, and hug their parents, then I coach a basketball game, so I can't be out there crying. But that's what I would do if I let myself, because they mean so much to me. They mean so much to this program. They're not through yet, but they've already contributed so much. So proud they said yes to Troy. They're so proud they said yes to Troy. They love Troy. They're great Trojans, and it's going to be hard to let them go. And
you mentioned it. You're going to be coaching a basketball game against Southern Miss. You guys beat them at their place. Now they come to ours. Talk about what the mentality is going to that.
We need that consistency thing going. We learned a bad lesson earlier in the year. We beat Lafayette the first time, and it seemed like we weren't playing as hard the second time we played them, and we lost to them. So the consistency thing, again, calling upon your emotions to play as hard, make it as important as it could possibly be, so we don't slip up and lose the second time to them.